Alright, let's talk. Really talk. Right now, as you're reading this, there are millions of people out there who feel like they're walking around with a 100-pound weight strapped to their back. They wake up with it, they go to sleep with it, and some days it feels like it's crushing them. This isn't just a bad mood or a rough week. This is a heavy, persistent fog that can roll in and refuse to leave. If this sounds familiar, if you feel like you're just going through the motions and the color has drained out of your world, I want you to listen up. You need to hear this, because what you're feeling is real, and you are not making it up. So many people suffer in silence because they're ashamed or they think they're weak. They put on a brave face for their family, their friends, their co-workers, but inside, they are crumbling. Let's break this down so there's no confusion. Depression is more than just feeling sad. Sadness is a normal human emotion. We all feel sad when something bad happens. We lose a job, a relationship ends, we're disappointed. But that sadness usually has a clear cause, and with time it fades. Depression, on the other hand, is a different animal. It's a clinical mood disorder that sticks around. It's a persistent feeling of emptiness, hopelessness, a lack of interest or pleasure in life that lasts for weeks, months, or even longer. It changes the way you think, the way you feel, and the way your body functions. Think of it like this: your brain is the command center for your entire body. It runs on a complex cocktail of chemicals called neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine. These chemicals help regulate your mood, your sleep, your appetite, and your energy levels. In a person with depression, that chemical balance is out of whack. It's not a character flaw, it's a biological problem. This imbalance can make it nearly impossible to just snap out of it. Telling someone with clinical depression to cheer up is like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. The symptoms can be brutal: crippling fatigue, appetite changes, insomnia or oversleeping, trouble concentrating, physical aches without clear medical cause. It's an all-encompassing illness that can touch every part of your life. Recognizing these signs as symptoms of an illness, not personal failings, is the first step toward help. Now we get to the million-dollar question, the one everyone wants to know. Can depression be cured? Let's be very clear about our language here. If by cured you mean you can take a pill or do a program, and then you'll never have to think about it again, then the answer is probably no. That's not how it works for most people. But if by cured you mean can you treat it so effectively that you get your life back? Can you get to a place where depression no longer controls you and you are living a full, happy, productive life? The answer is a resounding yes. Think about other chronic health conditions. If you have high blood pressure, you don't just take medication for a month and then you're cured. You manage it, you take your medicine, you watch your diet, you exercise, and you monitor your numbers. You learn to live with it so it no longer threatens your health. The same is true for depression. The goal isn't to pretend it never existed. The goal is remission, and to develop the skills and strategies to keep it there. Recovery is a process. Some have one episode and never experience it again. Others manage it long-term. Stop looking for a magic wand. Build a sustainable plan. When you decide to fight back against depression, you need a strategy. You can't just wing it. You need a toolkit filled with proven, effective strategies. There are 3 main tools that we know work. The first, and maybe the most important, is therapy. This is where you sit with a trained professional, a psychologist, a therapist, a counselor. It's not just talking. It's learning ways to think and behave differently. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, teaches you to change distorted thoughts, which changes feelings and actions. They give homework, exercises, and accountability. It's like having a coach for your mind. The second tool is medication. Some people are hesitant, that's understandable. But antidepressants can be life-saving. These meds work to correct chemical imbalances. They can lift the fog so you have the energy and clarity to engage in therapy. It's not a happy pill. It doesn't change your personality. It restores your normal range of emotions. Finding the right medication and dose takes time and close work with a prescriber. For many, it's a critical piece of the puzzle. The third tool is lifestyle. Mind-body connection matters. Get regular physical activity. You don't have to run a marathon. A 30-minute walk each day helps. Fuel your body with nutritious food, prioritize sleep, build social support, and engage in purposeful activities. Therapy, medication, and lifestyle, together, they form your powerhouse combination. There is so much misinformation out there about depression, and these myths can be incredibly damaging. They create shame and prevent people from getting help. Myth 1, depression is a sign of weakness. False. Myth 2, you can just will yourself to get better. False. That invalidates the biological nature of the illness. Depression is caused by a mix of genetic, biological, environmental, and psychological factors. It has nothing to do with how strong you are. Myth 3. Antidepressants will turn you into a zombie. False. When prescribed and monitored, they restore emotional range, not numb you. They can give you the stability to do the hard work in therapy. Myth 4. Talking about depression makes it worse. False. Secrecy is depression's best friend. Bringing it into the light breaks stigma and begins healing. Talk to a friend, family member, or professional. Find community. Don't let myths hold you hostage. The truth will set you free. Sometimes the most powerful thing is knowing you're not the only one going through this. There are millions of stories like this. Let me tell you two. Sarah, a successful teacher and loving mother. From the outside she had it all together. But inside she felt like she was watching her life from behind a thick soundproof window. The joy was muted, she felt guilty and like a fraud. Her turning point, she told her husband. He hugged her and said, "We'll figure this out together." That was step one. She made a doctor appointment, started a low-dose antidepressant, and began weekly therapy. It wasn't overnight, but slowly the window started to clear. She learned to challenge the automatic thought that she was a failure. Then Mark, a construction worker who lost his job and sank into shame. He stopped leaving the house and thought asking for help meant weakness. His breakthrough was physical. A walk his wife convinced him to try. It was miserable at first, but repeated days created momentum. He called a support line and eventually joined a men's group. Hearing other tough guys share made a difference. He rebuilt routine, started volunteering to find purpose, and eventually returned to work. He says he's still tough, but now toughness includes asking for help. These aren't fairy tales. They're real people. Millions have walked this path and come out stronger. So where do we go from here? We've defined the problem and talked about the tools. Now it's about action. Reach out, call, text, or schedule an appointment. One action can change your life trajectory. Start with one small thing. A walk, a call, a booked visit. Recovery is a journey. It starts with a single step. Don't worry about the whole staircase. Just focus on the first step. You can do this. You are not alone. I know you can. If this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need to hear it. Like this video, share it, comment your story of hope if you're comfortable, and follow and subscribe for more real talk about the things that matter. Let's build a community so no one has to suffer in silence again. Your future is waiting. Go get it. Resources in the description. You are not alone.